In eastern Uganda, the mountainous district of Bulambuli continues to battle recurring natural disasters. From devastating landslides to destructive floods, communities here are experiencing effects of climate change. The steep terrain and fragile soils of Bulambuli make it highly vulnerable, especially during the rainy seasons between August and November.
So, if we talk of disasters, we experience both landslides and flooding in the lower plains. Of course, when the terrain is so steep and then the rains, we have poor soils. When the water penetrates, it can easily wash the soils down.
While the upper slopes face landslides, the lower parts of the district are prone to flooding, creating a dual disaster risk for residents.
We normally do have warnings when we receive the information from the meteorology department. Some instances we go to the radio stations and we warn people about the rains that they are yet to receive and what they can do.
Authorities say prevention efforts are underway, though challenges remain.
10 years we are having the Mount Elgon project that is basically on the integrated landscape management. It has done several activities on majorly soil and water conservation. We are having an ecosystem-based adaptation program that has helped in restoration of some hills, that is the Blegain Hills and the riverbanks.
Despite government efforts to resettle those living in high-risk zones, some residents remain reluctant to leave.
But one thing for sure is OPM is giving them land and more land than they have. So it's just them having confidence in what we are telling them, then they relocate.
Those who went before us to the settlements are jobless and broke. At my age, I can now start doing casual labor for survival. I will only leave after I've been paid. We chose to stay because we had nowhere to go. You can't just leave without being first compensated. That's why we have chosen to remain here.
Government should give one at least 200 million shillings to start a new life. Just acquiring a plot costs about 50 million shillings. So what can 10 million do? We want to be relocated but don't see the money. Government keeps promising and asking us to be patient, yet our lives remain at risk.
Food. At least be serious.
Meanwhile, restoration of degraded hillsides is gaining ground.
The approximate restoration that was undertaken under this project of EBA was about 47 hectares.
The Bulambuli Forest Officer says they provide seedlings to willing farmers and engage them through sensitization. He says in 2024 alone, 150 farmers benefited.
Because the long-time challenge we receive is that when we distribute seedlings randomly to communities, some farmers pick them up and they are not planting at the end of the day.
Farmers are also being supported to integrate perennial crops like coffee and bananas, boosting both environmental protection and household incomes.
So for sustainability of the system, by not farmers cutting trees in a very short time to maintain the hill and keep it restored, the coffee and banana provide for the immediate needs of the farmers as the trees are growing, while the grasses in there are being sold, like this napier grass being sold for the farmer who does not have animals, and he gets income out of it. And for one who has the animals, he's feeding his animals and receiving milk.
The grass helps us as farmers. Even when you don't have cattle, you can sell the grass to those with cattle and still remain with shoots that hold the soil together. Government should provide us with more tree seedlings to plant in this area.
yongere likutaasa ikwongere bisaala kusobole kubyala zikungu.
As Bulambuli continues to face the growing threat of climate-related disasters, authorities and communities are working together to restore ecosystems, strengthen resilience, and safeguard lives. I'm Benjamin Jumbe, NTV EcoTalk.